Sanjay Sirahi. Thank you. Now we move the focus on to US. FedEx has filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration, seeking a full refund of tariff payments it made under policies ruled illegal now by the US Supreme Court. The complaint lodged in the US Court of International Trade challenges tariffs imposed using the International Economic Emergency Powers Act. The Supreme Court recently ruled that Trump overstepped his authority with these tariffs. While the court did not specify whether businesses are entitled to refunds, experts expect a wave of lawsuits in the coming years. FedEx is asking for a refund of duties paid last year, plus interest and legal fees. The company joins others, including Costco and Revlon, in seeking compensation. Now we welcome Mr. Peter Cardillo. He's a chief economist at Spartan Capitals, joins us live from New York. Thank you very much, Mr. Cardillo, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, from an economic perspective, what could be these broader implications for U.S. businesses if court starts awarding refunds for tariffs deemed unlawful?
Well, I think, it's probably going to be tied up in the courts for a long time now. FedEx, sued for a full refund, and of course, this is not going to be the only case that we're going to hear. There are going to be a lot more, and of course, the question is how long and how does the United States pay back this money? And that was not discussed in the Supreme Court's decision. So I think it's a question of a long haul here, and until the courts decide on how this money is to be paid back, I think these lawsuits for now are basically meaningless.
Yes. So how might this wave of successful tariff refund lawsuits affect the future U.S. trade policy and the government's ability to use emergency powers to impose tariffs?
Well, look, there's no question that this administration is determined to use tariffs in one way or another. And we saw that President Trump resorted to Section 122, and he has about 90 days before Congress has to approve it. Now, it all depends on the lawmakers. If Congress approves it, then he'll go ahead with it. And if not, he'll find another loophole, and it'll continue that way until he runs out of options. And then, of course, I think at the very end, the bottom line is this, that trade deals will be made, and not at 10 or 15%, but at a lower tariff level.
Right. So what impact could these refunds have on the federal budget?
A very big impact, and I think, that's a good question in the sense that how does the Treasury repay this money?
And do you expect these kinds of legal challenges to change corporate behavior in global supply chains, for example, in sourcing or pricing strategies?
I'm not sure, but it can. It's something we just have to wait and see.
Influence international trade negotiations and the credibility of U.S. commitments.
Can you repeat that?
Yes. So I asked, how might this uncertainty around tariff legality influence international trade negotiations and the credibility of U.S. commitments with trading partners?
Well, for now, I think, it gives leverage to some of the bigger countries that have not made a deal or have made a deal. They may actually have to renegotiate them. Some of the smaller companies, countries, are obviously going to either get stuck in their present deals or, again, put up a fight. But the bigger ones, such as China, India, the EU, I think that they will challenge, and we just have to wait and see how the challenge from the bigger trading partners come to fruition. And as I said before, at the end, I think there will be trade deals made, perhaps not to the likings of the president and administration, but obviously a an expansion of this administration's desire as to try to bring manufacturing, et cetera, and all of that is likely to continue, but at a different pace and, of course, at different agreements.
With that, I'd like to thank Mr. Cardillo for joining us and sharing that insight. Thank you very much. Now, moving on to China